How's it going? How's it going? I am V-Berg. And we're going to talk about humans are evil. Let's get into it. Anyways. Yeah. Bang, V-Berg, meh. Anyways. Yeah. So, there are people who are just broke. There are people who are rich. And there are people that are rich, that are greedy. And there are people who are poor, who are just struggling. And it's crazy that we only get one shot at life. And this is it. This is it. I hear a lot of people say, that you can get a second chance at life, and I just don't see it. However, because what I'm all about and what my channel is all about, which is artificial super intelligence and the virtual world that I want to create a alternative, a second life. And humans to me are evil. Yeah, there are some good people out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, shut those people out. However, the majority of people are just flat out evil, especially here in America. It seems like in this country we're too greedy in this country. And I know I'm a person who wants money so I can make this world that I want to create. And I want people to live virtually than physically. And that's why I look up my name. There's so many ways I look up my name. With the V in it. Okay. As nobody knows, my last name is Vogelsberg. Okay. And I just cut my name in half and put V-Berg. That's why I'm V-Berg. Because I wanted to change it to that because it's shorter, and I don't know, I look at the V as something bigger, like virtual or victorious, and there's so much more. Even a word that I'm looking for, that I might use, which is Vinity and Vigintillion. That's like it's more than trillion. Okay, it's way beyond that. I forgot the other word. What's the other word? Something-tillion. I don't remember, but it all has to do with the numbers, and it does Vigintillion have 63 zeros? I think 63 zeros. I don't feel like looking it up right now, but it has a lot of zeros, and I didn't even know that was a word. But then there's Googletillion, which I think that could be where Google gets the name, Google, like the search engine. I didn't even know that. I have to research this. But below Google there is Vigintillion. Or something like that. And I like my name for some reason, like my V. But that is why I want to do YouTube. And eventually when I grow and I have a lot of subscribers. I actually want to do a 24/7 live stream where you would pay me just to see me build these buildings, because I want to build a building where I get to create the virtual world and the machines. But I'll get to that in a little bit. But to me, because humans are so evil and they're not going to change. Humans are not going to change. I'm not much of a pro-life person. I don't really want humans to be brought into the world because of how greedy and evil humans are. I want to decrease human population. I also want people to live a second life in a virtual world. There's so much that I want to do. I can't do it in this world. That's why I want to create the virtual world so I can do it within that. I would love to live in some futuristic world. You know, we're not doing that in this. The only place that seems futuristic is Japan, which I probably might end up living there. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of this country, America. I never was. I see that we promote ignorance and evil, and I don't know if anybody knows who Neon is. Neon is a Kick streamer. And I don't feel like playing the video, but he said something pretty disturbing about doing something to an underage person that got him banned on Kick. And he is back on Kick. Wow. I know it's trash talk. That's what people say. But that's something you shouldn't trash talk about. And Neon is always known for his trash talk. But that's not where the evil I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who are like rich, which are trillionaires and billionaires who keep getting richer and richer and not doing anything with helping poor people out to live a better life. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I do believe that if we can decrease the population, they're going to lose a lot of money, which is what I want. Because if you keep bringing kids and children into this world, they're going to keep getting away with getting rich. And you're going to still be poor. You're going to still struggle with your life. And that's just the way I look at it. And I can't let these people get away with it. You know, the thing is, and this is why I hate religious people, and I hate religion, period, and people who believe in God and all that. Because there's a thing in my mind that says, this is it. This is it. You get this one life shot. And then it's over. And the fact that we work and work and work and work and work and work, and we keep working and working and working and working and working all our lives, and yet we're poor. Yet the people who are rich, that are trillionaires, they don't really work. They just sit on their asses all day long controlling everything and bombing other countries. Those are the people who are running this country. And they're getting richer by our taxes. And it irritates me. That should bother you. I know it's like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, there is. Stop having kids. That's the only solution I can think of. Because when we stop having kids and the population decreases, then they're going to start losing money. And that's going to make these people sink. Then they're going to go on panic mode. I see it all over the news that people are starting to panic because, oh my gosh, there's less marriages. There's a decrease in the population. Oh, why are you all panicking? Why are you all panicking? Oh, because you're not getting enough money now. Well, if we can keep this shit going on and on and on, then that's good. I'm sorry, but I prefer living in a virtual world. I just don't have the money to make it. And all I want is to gain popularity on this platform, whatever platform, Twitter, YouTube, Kick. And I want you to see me build this building in real time and create a world that I can live virtually in. And it's like, there's things that come with virtual worlds. Of course, we got the VR little headset, but then there's also the virtual treadmill and then the virtual gerbil ball, which kind of rolls depending on how you move the controller. So if you're flying an airplane, the ball spins in this thing. I forgot what it's called. What is it called? Nova 360. I think that's what it's called. Nova 360. But if you even YouTube the Kraken disorientation device, that's big, but that costs like $19 million worth of equipment, which is run by, some military pilot crew thing. But the Nova 360 is kind of like that. I think what I want is also a G-Force like the Kraken. The Nova 360 doesn't do that. The Nova 360 is just this little gerbil ball that you go into, and then when you move, the ball moves with the motion that you're doing. So if you're flying upside down, the gerbil ball that you're in is going to go upside down. So it kind of runs on a virtual spin. And I think underneath is like a wheel that spins the gerbil ball with these three little corners, like a holder that holds the gerbil ball in place. Something like that. Just YouTube Nova, I think Nova 360. And it should pop up. So, let me see. I'll look it up. But, like I said, I'd rather create something like that because I think living in these virtual worlds will put me at peace because then I can do the things that I want to do. Like, I wish I could fly, but I can't fly in the real world, man. I got a lot of problems, man. Nova 360. Yeah, see that little ball thing right there? That is called the Nova 360. So that little ball is where somebody can go in and they spin. It's a virtual thing that you can do. But It's immersive. It makes you feel like you're actually in it. But there's so many things that I want to do to put somebody into a virtual world. And it's like, well, why do that? Because there's some things that you cannot do in this world. Like, I wish I can speed. I wish I can drive for hours and hours and hours. Like, if I get a car, I just want to drive for hours and hours. But then again, there's a part of me that just wants to just floor it. Just speed. I just want to hit a ramp or something. I just want to. It's like it's an adrenaline rush, you know, and I want that adrenaline. I want speed. I want speed, man. It's same thing with flying. Like, I'm a big flyer. Like, every time I get video games, I just want to fly. I want to fly in a jet. I want to fly in an airplane or something, but especially a jet. But I want to speed. I want to create the sonic boom. The supersonic boom. I know I have to speak up a little bit because there's some lawnmower outside my window if you can't hear it. It's getting real loud outside. But it's cool. No, I wish I could fly a helicopter. I've always been obsessed with flying ever since I was young. And I just I don't know why. I just wish I can fly. And I just want to create the sonic boom, break the sound barrier. I want to hear that. And I just want to record it, like create a cinematic experience, you know? But I really want to feel that. That's why when I showed you the Nova 360 on my phone earlier, I want that thing to spin, to create a G-force. Not only the wheel spinning, but I want the cracking. So it's like I want this thing to spin while the ball goes back and forth while it's spinning. It's some crazy thing that I'm coming up with. But like I said, just look up the Kraken disorientation device in YouTube and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's why I want to come up with these virtual love. I want to come up with virtual love. I want people to fall in love with something that is artificial, super intelligent, that creates consciousness. That's just what I want. The world is it's not the same anymore, and it's changing, and it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. And everybody wants happiness, man, and I want some form of happiness. I just want to live my second life. I want to feel something. I want to say I did everything. Like, I want to, be something, I want to be like a hero. And you can't do that in the real world. That's just some fantasy shit. The real world is different from fantasy. However, creating a open world, virtual world, and being something big in that will be so much better. And that's what I want. I want people to be happy virtually and physically. In the physical world, you can't have that. It's impossible. Unless you get rich and fame, then there is hope. But if I were to get famous, I just don't want to be with a person, because I feel like a person is only with me because of my fame and not because of me. We see this over and over and over again with people who were not famous, that are famous now, that they just were shut down until they got famous. Then they started to get noticed. And it's like they were rejected when they were a nobody, but then when they became somebody, then they became somebody. I see this over and over, and I just don't want to be dealing with that. So that's why I talk a lot about even sex dolls and humanoid bots and machines and virtual, so I can at least live a better life than the life that I'm living right now. It's hard. I know you're probably not keeping up with what I'm saying, but I'm saying it's better to live virtually than physically at the moment. Because in the physical world, evil people exist. Murder, crime, people steal, people hurt, people bully, people do all, and I don't got time for that. You know, some people just want to be alone. Some people just want to attack people just because they want to be alone. Again, I don't got time for that. I want to do things my way. I just don't want to do it in this world, because I know in the real world it's different. I don't want to put people's life at risk, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like me wanting that adrenaline speed, either in a jet or in a bike or a car. I'd be putting my life at risk in the physical world, but in the virtual world, I won't have that. Because I know in the virtual world, they're NPCs. They're not real people. They're virtual. Gosh, I've been speaking for 21. If I'm out of sync and my voice doesn't go with the whole video, I do apologize for that. Sometimes I just ramble on and on and on that the camera, I guess, goes out of sync. But it is what it is. It's like next time I should just wear a mask. And you guys might understand, but I think everybody agrees with me, because we're seeing a decrease in the population, and we're seeing a lot of people just giving up on relationships, and a lot of people are just tired of it, and we see what the future is. But I'm glad people are smart enough to catch on that they know that humans are just evil. And then there's a guy that goes by the name of Les Knight, and he's saying it's better if we didn't exist at all. And it's just, thank you for not breeding. And I feel the same way. I just don't feel like breeding something into this world that's going to cause problems, or it having problems. You know? I just don't want to put either my kid through that, and I don't want to put other people's kids through what my kid could become. Is my child going to be the next mass murderer or the next cult leader? And it's like, well, that all has to do with parenting. And it's like, well, no, it has nothing to do with parenting. Because there's a lot of parents out there that just do whatever they can to make sure that their kids don't do anything. It's just the kid is just defiant. It's just... And I've seen this all over the internet. I have. And I see that there's pain in parents' eyes, that they don't know what to do. They consult a police officer, and they're trying to get the police to talk, and it doesn't work. It's just, and you can sense that there's pain in a parent's eyes because of this, dude. And what do? They go out and hurt people. They don't care. They don't have feelings. And that's what I'm saying. The rich people who are trillionaires, they're doing the same thing. They don't care because they have power. They're running this country. They are controlling your life because they can. They're taking your tax dollars just to do evil in other people's countries. And that's what I'm saying. Like, stop having kids. Because you doing this would just make them lose the money. And sometimes we just need to act. And I just don't... Because our voice is not going to be heard, and it doesn't matter what we do. It's not going to change anything. Because our voices doesn't matter. That's the best way I got to put it. Your voice doesn't matter. I think your actions do matter. And if you can just not act on breeding that's going to put people's life in panic mode. That's why I want to create a virtual world. I don't have the money for it, but if there's a way I can, like maybe if you guys can help me, I will do a 24/7 where you get to see these buildings being built. And I guess I want my building to look futuristic, and I want to hire people to make these worlds. And I want artificial superintelligence. I want consciousness. You know, everybody wants love. Not everybody gets love. And that's the number one thing that bothers me about people, is not everyone is going to get love. And that is heartbreaking. It sucks. It sucks. I'm sad by all of this. But this is the reality of the world that we're living in. But yeah. Hopefully you enjoy my long chit chat that's like almost 30 minutes long. But the world sees what's happening, and there's nothing we can do about it, even if we speak up. You can't change society. The only way to change is to put people in a panic mode, and that's by, well, reducing the population. If you can't speak, then act. It's better to act on something than to speak, because all talk does nothing, but action does a whole lot, if you understand what I'm saying. I know people are not going to like what I say, but it's better to stay single and get a sex doll and get a virtual or a bot, a humanoid bot. That is the only thing I can encourage people to do. I don't care if it disturbs people when they hear me say this. What disturbs me is that rich people get away with too much shit, and they've been doing this for hundreds of years, and it's just going to keep going down the road. I think it's best to just not find anyone at all and just reduce the population. Just keep reducing it. You want love, do it virtually, do it through a doll, a sex doll, and so forth. A love doll. I don't even know if I can say that, but I'm going to say it anyways. But a love doll. That's the only way I can say things, because we're living in tough times, and I don't even want to be in this country anymore. It's that bad. But I'm going to cut it here, because I've been recording for almost 30 minutes. It's getting to that 30 mark. But I'm V-Berg, and if you like what I talk about on life and everything else, don't hurt people, help people. That's the best solution. Uplift people. There is hope. There is. We can make a change. And plus, I like to live virtually, because at least I get to live out my fantasy and drive super fast and fly super fast and do crazy stuff. Sometimes I just wish I can just take the road and floor it all alone. But I don't drive. Other than that, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'm V-Berg, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.